What's up, YouTube? Good Sunday morning to you. It's late May here in the Rainbow Falls area of South Carolina, close to the big town of Graniteville, where our nursery, Grassroots, is. We're on a home property today, and it's raining a little bit, getting kind of heavier, but I love planting in the rain, as long as it ain't lightning. One, it keeps me somewhat cool because yesterday was hot as crap and muggy as all get out. And two, after I get done planting, I don't have to water. Today we're going to plant Betula nigra, which is your river birch. And this selection is called Cully. So it's Betula nigra heritage Cully. So a fellow named Earl Cully selected this one like 20-something years ago, I was just reading, for its exceptional peeling bark. So if you think of river birches, you a lot of times see them growing along a creekside, and they have that real pretty peeling bark that exposes kind of a lighter color bark underneath. Really beautiful tree. This one gets about 30 to 40 tall and 30 wide. Super fast growers. I ordered these as liners, and man, I'm talking about several feet, probably up to 5 feet of growth you could get out of these things in a single season. So super fast growers. Their roots are kind of shallow, but they can form this incredible just mat. So really nothing else is going to grow under them once they get established. They can tolerate wet soils, which is why we're down here at the pond. And once they're established, they also can, take a good bit of drought too. So real versatile tree. It's won tree of the year, some gold medals, just a spectacular little tree. So I'm going to do a clump of them here and go show you guys how to plant this river birch. And oh, word to the wise, so they are messy. All that peeling bark falls everywhere, twigs fall down all the time, sheds its leaves in the fall. So a real messy tree, but we're down here in a natural setting, so I don't care. It can be as messy as it wants. We'll rake up around it, or maybe we won't even rake up around it, but just keep that in mind if you're thinking about planting it close to the house or somewhere in your landscape. So anyway, let's jump out in the rain here and get this thing planted. We've got our hole dug here, about twice as wide as the diameter of the pot. Got some of our compost piled up on both sides of the hole. That way it just makes it easy for me to rake in and cover the roots all up. So here's our river birch, as we just discussed. I should say too, this one's good zones 5 through 8. Supposed to be very heat tolerant as well. Got my biotone right here, so if you guys know me, watched any of my videos, we ain't planting nothing without adding our Spoma biotone. This helps the plant out tremendously. It's an organic fertilizer, plus it's got all the mycorrhizae and beneficial bacteria and fungi. And the other great thing about it is, since it's organic, you really can't overdo it. You can, but you don't have to worry about burning your shrub or plant or whatever you're planting if you follow the directions. So anyhow, we're going to pop this guy out of the pot now. Let's see if I can do it and hold the phone all the while it's raining. Okay, I got to put the phone down. Okay, so there she is. There's that mat of roots that's forming. That's what will form all over the, or not all over, but under the surface of the soil. Very shallow rooted plant. So I'm going to take my biotone, blend it with my compost and my native soil, and then we're going to put her in the hole and get her planted. So I forgot my tripod. Don't even know if you can see my face right now, but I got you guys sitting up on the bucket that this came in, the pot, with a pitchfork in front of it to keep y'all propped up, so don't fall over on me. So again, we've got our hole dug twice as wide, and so now what I'm going to do is take my biotone. And what I like to try to do is just take and really coat the root ball. because it has to come in contact with the roots in order for it to help the plant. And eventually the roots will find it, you know, mixed in with the soil. But this kind of guarantees me, you know, good contact. So it's for sure on there. Now, my hole's a little bit too deep for this root ball. So what I'm gonna do now is take and spread my biotone all over my compost and native soil. I'm gonna take that and kind of just blend it together. And I'm gonna put it in the bottom of the hole because we don't want to plant the tree too deep. That's important with most every shrub or tree. Wherever this soil line is, we don't want it below the soil that we're planting in, because a tree and shrubs breathe through this trunk a lot, so we don't want to cover that up. So I'm going to put a little bit more compost blended with native soil and the biotone so that we don't plant it too deep. And that looks about right there. So now I'm simply just going to take my compost and my native soil, kind of mix them together, blend it in, scrape some compost from this side, same thing all the way around. And then we're not gonna pack it tight. First, we're gonna make sure that it's straight also. That's pretty straight. Not gonna pack it so tight to where water can't penetrate, but we don't want the tree falling over either. So we're just gonna firmly press all around there. We can bring the rest of our compost and soil in. I always just kind of mound it up a little bit just because I think it looks nice, but that also helps the roots that are subsurface. The ones that don't want to be down deep where it's wet, they're up here and they can breathe, and then your taproot can go down and pretty much stay wet on this particular tree and always have moisture for itself. And that's basically it right there, guys. Pretty simple. And what I'll do, I don't have any with me right now, we'll come back with some Osmocote and sprinkle it around the drip line, which is pretty much right here. The reason we do that is because that's where the actively growing roots are. And also with the Spoma products, we'll come back probably in the fall and put a little bit more tree tone down, but for sure late next winter we'll come back and we'll rake this area right here and we'll put down some tree tone, and then we'll cover it back up. It's important to cover those Spoma tone products back up because the UV lights I've read will kill the bacteria and fungi, so it needs to be subsurface. It needs to be under, you know, either the mulch layer or something just to keep the sunlight off of it. But that'll be later on in the year, but that's pretty much it there, guys. And so I'm gonna go plant a few more and do some different kind of natural groupings, and I'll show you that, guys, in just a little bit when we get done. Okay, guys, we did it. Still drizzling a little bit. The humidity is now at like 163%. I'm pretty sure, I think the fish in the pond are drier than I am right now. It's pretty muggy. But nonetheless, we got 7 river birches planted there behind me. You can see them along the edge of the pond. So I'll flip you guys around here and we'll go check it out. So I didn't do them in a straight line because I hate straight line plantings. I wanted it to be somewhat uniform, but still have that natural look to it. So got a couple on either side of this little bench here overlooking the pond. In a few years, these guys are going to add just a whole lot to this landscape. As you can see, it's mainly just some hardwood, sycamore, pine, that type. So with this peeling bark, will give it a lot of interest and just kind of catch your eye and give you something different to look at. Plus, you know, as they grow, they're going to weep over the pond, which I think will be pretty. But the bark is really what I'm excited to see as they get older. So we'll see how much growth we get out of them. Now I left some of them staked. The majority of them that had still good bamboo stakes I left, because we have these summer storms. You know, a good gust come through here could break them. So the majority of them still have their stakes, and I leave them tagged too, just so my buddy Luis doesn't get happy with the weed eater, and he knows these are trees I do not want cut down. So there you have it, guys. There is your river birch video. Appreciate you guys very much for watching. If you found any value in this video, click that link, like and subscribe down below, and then let me know what you guys want to see. Don't care what it is. If it's something I can do, I'd be happy to do it. Come see us at Grassroots Yard Supply, 111 Holly Meadows Drive in Graniteville. If you're anywhere nearby, come check out the place there and say hey to everybody. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.